Hi, fifth grade. Today's poetry lesson is on two different poems. We'll be reading The Bowl by Carl Johansson, and we'll read 7 in the Morning by Zoe Mason. I'm going to go ahead and click on the poems over here in the work. Previously, we saw how Siobhan wrote about her sense of herself by focusing on her reflection in a puddle. Today, we'll look at how two eighth graders wrote about their relationships with their moms by finding ideas in things. Carl focused on the bowl his mother used for whipping cream. Zoe centered her poem on the braids her mother plaits into her hair every morning. So follow along as I read first the bowl and then 7 in the morning. The bowl. In a second it leaves my clumsy fingers and crashes to the floor. You turn at the sound to find shards of the little red bowl scattered across the tile. I look up from the remains and watch sadness seep into your face. And then I realize, to me it was the whipped cream bowl. To you it was the bowl of memories, a tie to your childhood, your children, your own mother. I look down at the pieces of a life lying in front of me. Then I turn to get the broom. And now I'll read 7 in the morning. When you braided my hair, and only we two knew the ups and downs this morning, it was worth the laughter for the day. What's the pleasure you take in these tasks for me? When I'm older, I'll understand. This morning, you did the part for you, I did the part for me, as always, followed by the 6 slices of thick curl. Our day has begun on a note of good hair, and for you, I'm beginning to understand. I'm cradled in my own hair, a nest you've made for me. The ends are frayed and sudden to the flow and the morning. Time winds the tassels together. The day, which I'm beginning to understand, is one thick ringlet of love, frayed and joined again and again, for me, for you. The tassels forgive and forget, day after day. This morning, I was in such a rush I forgot to thank you for everything, but especially for braiding my hair. Today, I'd like you to pick one of these poems to go back into, your choice, and I would like for you to focus on and highlight on the lines that bring about a feeling in you. Be specific. Don't highlight entire stanzas. Focus on the words and the phrases. Then comment on the feelings that those lines bring out. So I'll do one example from each poem to kind of get you started, but you're focusing on how do those lines make you feel. I think that it leaves my clumsy fingers. When I read that part, it makes me feel panicked. I feel like the poet probably didn't mean to drop the bowl and is probably panicking as it leaves his fingers and then, of course, goes crashing to the ground. So I would say, I would comment this. These words make me feel panicked. Oh, goodness. So I would comment and post that. And then if I were going into 7 in the morning, I would probably go into this part right here where it says it's worth the laughter for the day. And I would probably comment, "This makes me happy, and I think it's a good way to start the day." That's what I would comment. And remember, you only have to go back into one of these poems, but you're commenting on the lines that invoke a feeling within you, like an emotion. Um, Poems like these that begin in a concrete experience are the best vehicle to show your feelings. Look for the experiences, the isolated moments, as well as the traditions and rituals that capture your relationships with your mom, dad, siblings, and friends. So I just kind of want to point out that the bowl is a concrete object, but it's so much more than that to the poet, because it's not just any bowl, it's the bowl that his mother made the whipped cream in, and her mother before her. It's a tie to her mother, and then, of course, to her children. So there's some emotional attachment to this object. Um, 7 in the morning is similar, except it's not a concrete object. I mean, it's her hair, but it's just something that they've always done together. It's how their day starts every day since she was little. And so even though she's older, her mom still does this for her. And she mentioned several times, "When I'm older, I'll understand," or "I'm beginning to understand." It's kind of like a tradition, or it's their routine. And so it's a meaningful experience that both of them have a strong emotional attachment to. There are little things like words and phrases that I'll say to both of my kids that are just a silly joke between the two of us. And I think that the braiding of the hair is similar to that. It's kind of like an inside experience, something that just the poet and her mother share, and it means a lot to her to be able to start the day that way. So they're following in the style of William Carlos Williams with both of these poems, except we're starting with a concrete object, and they are going a little further. They didn't cut to the bone and go into like a physical description of the object. Instead, they went deep inside their hearts and shared kind of an emotional description of their attachment to the object. So it's just kind of a different spin on the same concept. So I hope you are well. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I love and miss you guys. I cannot wait to be back in the classroom with you.